Alright, hey guys, Brittany here, and I want to introduce you to a couple of my good old friends. This is Matt and Bart with Flywheel. They're here locally in Chattanooga, and they've been kind enough to answer a few questions for us that I think a lot of our distributors have, and some fun ones too. But first and foremost, you know, I gotta kick it off with asking you guys, if you were a promo product, what would you be?
That's a great one.
I'm thinking, I want to say the purse holder. But I'm gonna go with a nice stainless steel pint glass.
Pint glass?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, efficient.
Just casual, a little fancy. You can take it camping, you can take it to dinner, you know, just kind of covers the gamut.
You'd be an excellent gift to anybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you had to think about a time where Gold Bond did more than you expect, off the cuff, what would it be?
I got a great example for that.
Go for it.
So recently I had a project for custom trapper hat, 100% custom, made overseas, big project, and come to find out through conversations with you guys that is something within your wheelhouse, which we had loosely talked about before with Worldwide and how you guys can do that and handle that and have the creative vision for that, but it wasn't clicking with me until we had that conversation afterwards. So that was a big, I think, eye-opener for both of us. That there's so much more to Gold Bond than maybe what's on the website.
Yeah.
And so that it runs a lot deeper than that. Your abilities and your team can handle so much more. So that for me was a big kind of 2018 push for me, is to think of you guys for more of the custom.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you.
So Gold Bond always comes through in the clutch for me. So that's really the biggest takeaway from doing business with Gold Bond, is that if we have a rush project, we have something that has to be somewhere with a no-fail situation, Gold Bond is always pulled through, and it's been great with the rush orders for my clients and for us here at Flywheel.
Awesome. Very cool. So if you guys had to think of, you know, this industry is ever evolving, things phase in and phase out really fast, it's very trendy, right? So going into 2018, are there any big trends that you guys see from an industry perspective?
Yeah, I mean, I think from what we're seeing out there, the biggest trend would be our clients want more retail feeling items, so that, you know, our kind of maybe litmus test is if you can see it in Target and it's selling well in Target, then it's going to sell really well in the promo market. So we like to keep our eyes open to see what's trending out there as far as retail goes, because we know quickly or shortly thereafter people are going to be asking for items that would mimic what is selling in the retail environment.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. I think, you know, we're moving from just giving an item to giving an item to the experience and the client experience and the customer experience, and so that seems to be pushing towards the retail aspect.
Beautiful watch, by the way. You're looking very good.
Thank you.
All right, guys, last question. So I know you have been very gracious, and thank you so much for talking about Gold Bond and how we've done some things outside of normal boundaries for you guys. But for all the people who maybe haven't had as thorough of an experience with Gold Bond yet, why Gold Bond?
Well, that's a great question. I think, kind of going back to what Bart said earlier, we as distributors are always looking for the suppliers that we can rely on, that we can trust, that make us better, that help us bring value. You know, at the end of the day, we aren't manufacturing, you know, we're not shipping, we're not doing all of the things that are so key, and so we're only as strong as our suppliers are. And so for me, it's like, I know as soon as it hits the door, we're good. And if something happens on your end, as things do, you know, it's gonna get taken care of before I know about it, before the client knows about it. So it's just that kind of reliability, that assurance that at the end of the day, you guys are gonna work just as hard as we are. And for me, that's, you know, that's what we look for. We don't send stuff to suppliers we can't trust. So
I think for me, from my side of things, it's all those things that Matthew said, but it's also the relationship. So in the digital age, relationship is oftentimes not valued as greatly, but for us, even being millennials and being up to date with technology, we love technology, but we still value the relationship that we have with the supplier. So if we know that we can pick up the phone or text at any time to make sure we can get an answer quickly, and we know who's on the other end of that, you know, both what they're about, what they stand for, their families, and we have much more a vested interest in the relationship side of things, which Gold Bond has done really well for us. We see that we succeed a whole lot more with the supplier, and thus we grow sales, and we see our business grow because we have that relationship, and so that means a whole lot to us. And like I say, Gold Bond does a great job of building that relationship. And if you're a distributor that doesn't focus on building a relationship with your suppliers, I would encourage you to do so, because there's a lot more fruit and a lot more things that are involved once you get to know who you're doing business with, because it's definitely a two-way street. And we're very thankful for Gold Bond and y'all support our business and helping us to grow from where we are, where we've been, to pushing into the future and really taking it to the next level.
Awesome. Thank you guys. This has been awesome. I hope it's been informative for you guys. Just some quick tidbits. And for all of you who don't know the purse hanger, we'll shoot you an email on that one. But anywho, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Bart. I really appreciate you. The wonderful guys at Flywheel. Do it again. Back to y'all.